All right, so hello, welcome to the weekend, right? Anyway, so weekend coming up for me, Thursday. So let's take a look at the market. So this is gold, all right? So with gold, we don't have any, as you can see, problems. From the beginning of the week, I did say this was a good place due to a good buy kiss zone, and we had a swing day Tuesday, and that's how it is, all right? So now with gold, Friday is a swing day, as you know. So Friday, we're probably going to carry on into that direction, and that's fine. So if you made use of this, also on Tuesday I did say it's going to be like a flow day until 6:30 or so. We'll hang around here, and then it came back into the trading hours, and then I said by 10 o'clock, you know, you need to be careful at that time zone. And then if you bought it here, that was also good. Why? Because I said, you know, if we come back, buying is a good idea. And then the market bought it on Wednesday in Asia. I did say Asia has got good hours to trade, I think on Wednesday, or was it Tuesday? Anyway, in any case, I think it was Tuesday. So Wednesday, same thing though. Market comes in, chucks a Yui, goes in, comes into those targets. Remember, I did say we have the high of the previous day as a target, the weekly pivot as a target, and so on. So the market today, Thursday, we're up here, and in the Asia session I said we've got some hours as well which the market can carry on into Asia. It kind of carried into that zone there, as you can see, and that's it. Now yesterday also I did say after this zone is a bit tricky, you got to be careful, and in fact that was 8 o'clock. And remember, I did give I did note you an hour there for Wednesday. I said needs to be, you know, there needs to be some care taken as we get closer to, what was it, I think 7:05 to 7:30, all right? And this is pretty much 7:30 there, as you can see, and then the market coming in, and then a big dip down, okay, sudden fall down, but buying again, coming into the Asia session, and then Asia buying again. So it's all good, all right? Now this zone, as you can see, is also a sell zone, all right? So you have to be careful here, obviously, all right? So that's a sell zone here, and the market pretty much did that zone there. There's a slight gap up there, just here, not a big one, but Friday is the swing day. So two things can happen here. If the market comes back down, because there's a gap, if it comes down and you want to go up with it, I'm okay with it, okay? But this thing might come all the way back down here, all right? So you have to be a bit careful because of the gaps there, okay? But we got a, you know, swing day Friday. So in any case, don't buy the tops, all right? Because we're at a level now, you don't want to be buying the tops because this is a place where they sold off, okay? Is there still room to go up? Well, we're up here at 75, 3,130, all right? 3,130 is exactly a PST level right there, okay, on the weekly. So, all right, what can I say? If you're using your PST, great. This is actually a good place to take profit. As you can see, we got in there, and that's your profit level. LCL1 is 3,141, the thin blue line. So this zone, 3,141, let's just put it here, let's not be lazy. This zone can be a sell zone again, all right? Now, if the market is up here and it sells, then Friday retracement can be a sell-off from the highs again. So keep that in mind. If you want to sell in this zone, you can, okay? Just remember, it's not a swing day, but you know, if time and zone meets, it's doable, okay? Let's take a look at euro dollar. With the euro dollar, remember we had a swing day here, market went up, and it did go up into the target zone. And yesterday I did say this zone here, you know, was a possible, you know, if the market turns here, we'll come into 10 o'clock, I think I said. Wednesday, did I say anything there? Into Asia, I said, okay? So I think in the video I said Asia. So, but this was 420, all right? So let's check it out. So this is your 330, 415, all right? 415 is a 420. So market comes up, from here, 305 into 340, makes the high there at the trading hour. So if you sold on this bar or at 415, 420 bar here, then your stop loss should have been just above there, and then you should have followed it just through into the lower end. Obviously the weekly, the daily, the opening closing price for us is a target zone, so you could have followed it all the way into there, not a problem. And then this is the Asia session, as you can see. So what to do, let's refresh this after we do a quick recap. Now with the euro dollar, today is Thursday, it's a swing day, and if that swing day holds, what's going to happen? So this zone, again, once I said, is like a sell zone. Okay, what to do with it? It's a little tricky because I would have liked to have ended up somewhere up to sell. Okay, and that didn't happen. So this is what we can do with the euro dollar. Okay, because it's a swing day. Come on. And there are no gaps here. Okay, if the market does come up, you can sell off, okay, to push down. All right, and then that could be like that because that's quite bearish. Okay, so the first level you've got to look out for is going to be 57, 1.0924. So 1.0924 is your first level. If this level breaks, okay, 23, let's say the low of yesterday, right, pretty close. If this thing breaks and hangs around here, I'm not talking about a stop sweep like this, boom, sudden move up, like it breaks down and we're mucking around here, 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 and then we go up to a trading hour, and then you can sell down. Okay, that is doable. Okay, so yesterday, Wednesday didn't go below the low of Tuesday. There's no real sign of a, like a bearish move as a breakdown, but this candle is bearish. Okay, it's a pin with a closing low. All right, so this zone is okay to sell. Last week it was okay to sell. This week we were at the lower end going up, so wanting to sell from the highs for us is a good idea. That 73, if something crazy happens and the market goes to 1.12986, 12986 is all the way up there. So if it does go up there, then obviously it's going to be a bit hectic. Okay, on the weekly it's a little tricky because we've got a breakout, but on the monthly we've got that as a pause. So I don't mind selling. Big fish eat little fish. So if we go up into a trading hour, I'm okay to sell. If we break down, stick around here, go up into a trading hour around this edge, selling I think is okay. You got targets, you got them down there on the daily. You can push down into HCL1, 1.0816. In any case, if this thing breaks, you see you got levels all the way into 0715, 0730, I think that is. Yeah. All right, so if they do sell, coming back into this zone is okay. All right, and as you know, I do really want to see the euro dollar back in business there. Okay, let's take a look at SB 500. SB 500, Friday is a swing day. This was a nice one here because we had a Monday swing day going all the way into the PST. I mean, that's just awesome. And that is there. All right, so trading hours, beautiful, right on the PST, right on the PST, and on trading hours. That is just bingo off a trade. Okay, now that 7:30, let's see what happened at that 7:30. This is the 7:30 there, as you can see. All right, and the market just ready to blast up. Okay, now this will come back down. So for me, in my opinion anyway, this is a push up to be sold down again, but this might have a little bit more room to go because of the range calculation. Okay, so if you calculate the range, you might have a bit more room to push up and then sell off. But Friday is a swing day, so we're either going to hang around here Thursday, Friday, or we're going to push a little bit more up. Okay, what's the drama? Well, you don't want to buy expensive. Here's a bit of a gap there. That's the sell bar. On the weekly, okay, on the weekly, we've got a bit of an infringement here, which I don't like. Okay, but in any case, that's just how it is. That 5521 is a good buy kiss on the price. So mark it in 5521, which is pretty much there. Okay, because these numbers are very close to each other. Okay, 55. So this is a zone there, and this is where the market sold off. Now here a stop sweep might be done, no problem. So just understand that we might just go up a little bit. That's the high. Draw this as your manual line, okay, because this is where the market really sold off. When it comes to this range, we will probably see sell-off again, and a stop sweep is in order. If we end up somewhere high, then obviously next week we're looking for sell from the highs on a swing day. And that's it. Okay, should you buy? Well, you know, if you want to buy, if the market comes down here, you see this is a zone you can buy at, okay, because of the good buy kiss. There's a gap there. Now in the market today, let me just double check. Today is the 10th. Like I've made note there for Thursday. Okay, you can have a few. You got a bit of a dodgy moment from 540 to 640. Okay, so that could be a little disruptive, but once that disruption is over, 725 to 820 is your call. Okay, and if the disruption is over, it's going to be over after 640. If you find yourself at a good spot around 725, that's doable. Okay, it is doable. 820 as well. Yeah, but 725 you can take it because 820 supports that 725. So if you end up high somewhere, market might sell. If you end up low somewhere, the market may buy. So just do it accordingly, all right, and wait for that volatile moment to pass over and do your setup accordingly. Okay, let's take a look at Dow Jones, Nasdaq, Bitcoin. Same kind of thing with all of these. As you know, indices are going together. Now we have swing days Thursday for Dow Jones and Nasdaq, which means it's also a swing day for the euro dollar. All right, so which means, let's do this, market comes up to a good buy kiss and we like it, and it's a swing day. All right, so selling the highs is looking hot. Okay, if it matches a trading hour, I would. All right, if you're trading Dow or Nasdaq, if you're matching it, it's all good. This is a zone where the market can. I don't know if I drew this line before manually, okay, but you know, if you took coaching from me, you understand where you're going to sell off, what's going to do it. You know, ATAM does it automatically, but in any case, you know what you're doing. So from the zone here, if we have a trading hour on the daily, 50 is a good price, 41,445. Now 41, you can see we made all the targets yesterday as well, nice and easy. 41,445 is up there. Okay, so this is the zone there. All right, that's on the daily. Now if we go there, this 45 level here is a 41,129, and that 41,129 is just there. Alright, so this zone is a kill zone. Alright, so if we end up somewhere here as well, trading hours, sudden movements coming up into here and it matches your trading hour, you can sell. If it doesn't match your trading hour, let's say the market went there and then it fell there and then it, you know, makes this silly slow movement coming into here into your trading hours, then you can sell it off and then put the stop above the high it made before and then push it down because it's got room to come down. Okay. And it's a swing day. Oops, oh, not Bitcoin. All right, let's do Bitcoin now, and then we'll go on to Nasdaq since I've already clicked on it. With Bitcoin, Tuesday, Wednesday, right? So Wednesday, swing day. All right, that's nice to see. Wednesday making a low and a high. Now remember, the trend is down. We want to sell this. Okay, Tuesday, Wednesday market going up. We can sell it off, because Wednesday is already also a high, the market's slapping down. You want to sell at trading hours, you can on a Thursday. Now Thursday is not a swing day, but we've made a mass high on a downwards trending market. Okay, and this is why you can sell that off. If you sell it from the high, you're going to have to be careful. Okay, and this is pretty much like a good buy kiss there. Okay, there you go. All right, so support to support, goodbye kiss, swing day Wednesday making a high, do sell off at trading hours if you're trading this. Okay, on the weekly, let's check it out. On the weekly, this is buggering me off. Okay, this is 84,448. 84,448. 84,480. Yeah, well, it's just pretty much here. Okay, just around here somewhere, and you want to sell it off here. If it comes up here, you can. All right, I'm going to get rid of that. This has got room to come down. It's a big push up to be sold at resistance, in my opinion. So this zone is going to be a sell zone for us. If at trading hours we're up somewhere, it matches a resistance level, I don't know, like this level, slightly higher, doing stop sweeps, touching a PSD level, you can sell it off. Okay, because this is, like, you know, in my opinion, this is bearish, and I also think we've got room to come down on this one. This was a good level, we talked about it before. Okay, and that's fine. And market was down, so buying yesterday at the lows was a good idea at a trading hour. Bingo. Okay, where was the trading hour? This was a trading hour. Wednesday. 3 o'clock. 3:05. 3:40. Is 3:40 is on that bar there. All right. So market comes down. That's your 75,957. Market pushes up, and that's it. All right. And this is the 7 o'clock zone that I said be careful about. This is your 7:30. That's it. Boom. All right. And that's basically it. So if we're up somewhere, you want to sell, it's legit. But like I said, the next swing day is later on in the weekend. So if that's the high Wednesday, it can sell off. Okay, just match it to your swing hours. I do it with a smaller lot size. I get a bit worried when we're breaching these PSD levels. Okay, and it hasn't gone lower than the monthly, right? So there is buyer reaction there. You can see it's just closing lower and lower though. Last month it closed lower the month before. So there is selling pressure on there as well. Okay, so if not, so that's a good move. So then the market, you know, can still push down. There are no gaps there. It's a pretty clean downwards move. Okay, but there are gaps to fill here on the daily. So pushing further down is an option. All right, let's take a look at that Nasdaq, which we missed. Alright, so Nasdaq right on the weekly PST. Now that's a breach which we don't like to see if we're going down. Okay. Yeah, see on the monthly how beautifully it's just like picking up all the PST levels there. Okay, but this is going to come back to retest. So if the market is going to go back up, okay, it's going to come down to go back up, or it's going to keep going down, okay, which I don't think it should be going up, okay, because the market should still push down, in my opinion. All right. Yeah, I think we should still be coming, we still have room to come down. So I don't really see why the market has should go back up again. Okay, because this at the end of the day is, once again, this is your 37.5, 25 range there, as you can see. So I think the market's gonna go back down. They filled this in. This is the break. It's bearish, a sudden push up, and now we should come further down. So I'm okay to sell this. Okay, you might be wanting to wait for it because this is a goodbye kiss zone, and we have a weekly breakout, and that goodbye kiss zone here is 43. So if you're trading Nasdaq, I'd be careful at 18,538, 18,538, which is here. Okay, because yeah, all right, this is a big push up, but it should sell off. But I don't like standing against breakouts, as you can see. All right, maybe we can go back up there and then sell again as well. So you know, it's not like it's not possible. So what we have to do is be mindful when we have a PST breakout, because it could come down, go up, shock everyone, and just keep pushing down. Okay, at the end of the day, we're going to have an uptrend again, but God knows when that's going to happen. Okay, but you see this is broken. This is a major swing, look, and the market closed underneath it on Tuesday. Okay, that's a major swing, closing under it. This is a major swing. Okay, it didn't close under it, but it, you know, went down, breached it, and so on. And then we've got this as a major swing, because this is where a breakout happened. But this should still pull back down into this zone. I'd say we still have room to come down. Okay, so just wait for a better setup on the PST. Okay, I don't like this setup on the PST. On the Dow Jones, it looks better. But breakout, I don't like to stand in front of it. So if you like, wait for next week on this one and see how it goes. If we come back down, okay, into the red bar zone, Nasdaq, I'm going to try to do this for you. Okay, this is it, right? So this is a sandwich zone. Okay, so if we go below this, which we might because of the gap, okay, it's just going to be a little tricky, okay, because it could just fill in and get back out. So I'd wait for the market to stabilize. If you're really keen on trading it, then, you know, do it on the edges. Okay, if you're going to buy at the lows on the edges here, or if it closes gap. If you're going to sell on the edges where the market is, you know, got, yeah, on the edges, like where 19231, 19570, 19570. It's going to be around here. Okay, so selling the edges and buying the edges, and that's your high zone there, just like with the SP 500. Put a line there, okay, and this is a sell zone. The market might do, you know, might do a move. If it goes up, it's looking for a sell. Okay, it's looking for a sell. If it comes down first, then it's looking for a buy. So consider that in the New York session, match it to your hours, and even if you trade on your trading hours, you should be safe.